The singing of the Star-Spangled Banner and remain standing. Mr. Stephen G. Miller, President of the Sewanhaka Board of Education. Mr. Robert Burgess, member of the Sewanhaka Board of Education. Mr. Brian Kelly, President of the Elmont Elementary Board of Education. Mr. Carl Termini, member of the Elmont Elementary Board of Education. Former principal of Elmont High School, Mr. David Croyce, who is the Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction. Dr. Arlene Gilligan, Assistant Superintendent for Personnel and Operations. Mr. Norman Barry, Assistant Principal. Mrs. Loretta Nugent, Assistant Principal. Mr. Gary Landsberg, Dean of Students. Mr. Daniel Tesoro, Student Activities Advisor. A teacher who is retiring after 33 years of service in teaching English, who taught you when you were at A.T. Stanford and now at Sewanee, Miss Jane Philpin. We wish her a fond farewell. Now the class officers, again, your president will be here at the podium later. The vice president of the class of 1990, Ismail Mohammed. The secretary, the class of 1990, Gina DeFrancisca. The treasurer, the class of 1990, Donald D. Maria. First of all, congratulations. As principal, I've watched you work hard over your 5 years at Sewanee. A Sewanee diploma is not a gift. You've earned it. Knowing that no one came here today to hear me, I shall be brief. I would like to present this class of 1990 with a history of your future lives. I can do this because I have an interest in demographics, a new science of human populations which has an amazing ability to predict things. Let's look at your lives that you 220 Sewanee graduates will lead. You were born in 1972 and a few in 73. Only 3 million others were born that year compared to 4.4 million in 1960 and 61. You will have to compete, but with a smaller number of people. I was born in 1934. Almost no one else was. Only 1.9 million. My life has been spent walking into half-empty buildings, schools, colleges, jobs, and people have always welcomed me in. You will live a long time, about 80 for the men and 83 for the women. 26 of you will live to be 100. Just don't ask me which ones. I do know it won't be necessarily be the people who don't smoke or drink, but the people whose mothers and fathers live to a ripe old age. The best news is that 90% of you will live healthy lives during your 70s, and your 60s will be terrific. About 190 of you will marry. Because you'll marry late, ages 25 to 34, your first child will be your last. Virtually none of the wives will be homemakers. You will change jobs about 12 times, and 150 of you will change careers 3 times. If Sewanee has been successful in teaching you how to learn, then this shifting will be a breeze and will mean that you'll be doing things that pays well, that you love to do at various times in your life. Unfortunately, 140 of you will be divorced. Your family lives will become very complex because of divorce and remarriages. The family tree may require an IBM mainframe. In addition to having your own children, listen, parents, in addition to having your own children, half of the women graduates will find that one or both of your parents may live with you for a time. Parents almost never move in with sons, always daughters. Your lives then will be characterized by an amazing variety of jobs, mates, relatives, ages, and friends. You will live in a world with a truly international economy. It will be a work in which the governments of the world nations have learned the basic lessons of cooperation. And when you are 40, you will have several friends who live in another country. However, what you gain in variety and movement, you may have to give up in stability. Is that a good trade-off? Probably yes, especially if you can learn to develop portable routes. Throughout human history, only a handful of people have found both variety instability, you are very likely to find both. The Sewanaka family wishes you, the class of 1990, the very best. Thank you. Now my pleasure to present to you the president of the class of 1990. Vito DiPietro's record of achievement has been very impressive. He's been the class president for all 4 years, as well as an active member of Student Council. Vito has served as recording secretary for the stage crew and has worked as the co-editor of the yearbook. He's been active in the marching band and concert band for all 4 years. Vito's been involved in such fundraising projects as Ronald McDonald House, Muscular Dystrophy, Thanksgiving Food Drive. He's also been recording secretary for the Big Brothers and Sisters Club and has participated in the Cooperative Work Experience Program, the Future Business Leaders of America, the Domestic Exchange. His community activities include 4 years of service with the concerned citizens and parents on education of Elmont. Vito will be attending Adelphi University. Let's welcome your class president, Vito DiPietro.
There is one requirement. Please turn around and face your parents and applaud them. Your parents are here because they honored my mother and father, and I hope each of you does the same. In the power vested in me by the State Education Department and the Commissioner of Education, I confer on 220 students the title of Graduate of Sewanaka High School. Move your tassels.
Tassels may now be on the right. Left. Okay, graduates, be seated as we prepare to award the diplomas.
See Andrew? No.
Bill?
Do you know where he is?
No. Oh, I see him. I see him. He's in front. No, he's not looking.
Rob didn't come here today, or he's had at work?
Ishmael Muhammad. Donald G. DiMaria. Come on, Joe. I don't know, is it coming up?
Heather Elizabeth O'Connor.
Joseph Salvatore DiGaetano.
Janine Marie Cataldo.
Sandra Belinda Morenci.
Amy Marie Cash.
William Joseph Wilkie.
Gregory Douglas Eiffel.
Leonard A. Fausto.
Pierce Donnelly.
Natalie Tina Berghammer.
Gina Marie Sarcona.
Christopher Miller.
Michael J. Kilbarry.
Deanna Biscotti.
Christine DiGregorio.
Robert
Stephen Melvin Jones,
Andrew Bellantone,
Lydia Baez,
He looks like Michael.
Lisa Crilly,
Dominic Paracelli,
Stephen Blum,
Christine Ann Braun,
Andrea D'Amico,
David C. Hess,
George Catone,
Joanne Susanna Servini,
Michelle Galdehuser,
Dennis Kurtz,
Nick Ferrara,
Jennifer Sorbella,
Valerie Ann Epsick,
John Brignoni,
Sandino Hernandez,
Listen to how it's going to do it.
Where? On the other side?
Shirley Estevez,
All wet.
Diego Campoli,